Hello everyone, we are here for a very special math lesson today. Going to be something very, very different. You are going to be getting to make your own math game. It's going to be something a little bit different, kind of really special. I know we just took our math test yesterday. One of the big reasons why we're doing this is just to change it up. We've been just doing these math lessons day after day, or taking math tests and taking math quizzes. This will be kind of a nice little bit of a break for us. Also, with this, I'm going to be taking some time today to talk with people about their math tests, kind of like how I do in class. I just want to touch base with everyone, let them know how they did on their math test. Just kind of check in with people, see if I needed any extra ideas about anything. But just to talk. So this is going to give you a chance just to make up your own math game, and then I'll be getting to talk with everyone too about your math test today. But you're going to see there's a few different things here. The first one is the math game rule sheet. That's one we're going to open first. So it's the very first thing, math game rule sheet. You're going to be sending this stuff to Notability. So in the top right corner, I'm going to hit my action button. Notability. We're going to hit create new note. Top right corner, I'm going to hit the blue word import. Okay, so in the top part, you're going to be putting the name of the game. Now, I'm actually going to go back into Schoology because I'm going to open up something else to help explain this. Right underneath the math game rule sheet, I have an example of my game I made up. So it says Mr. Johnson's math game rule sheet. I'm going to open that. So, name of the game. Mine is called Multiplication Speed Game. After you think of your idea for your game, you can call it whatever you want to call it. It does not matter. But remember, this is a game that you're going to get to make up. You can make up whatever game you want to. It doesn't matter what it is. So you get to make it. You get to call it whatever you want to. Also, the next box says creator. So the top one I have multiplication speed game, and then the creator is Mr. Johnson, me. The math concept. Basically, what kind of math are you doing? I said multiplication, so you're going to see it on yours. Math concept. You can call it addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, graphing, word problem solving, whatever you want. Practicing telling time, counting money, using a thermometer, doing the temperature. So you can use whatever math concept you want to do. Fractions. The next box is called materials. So you're going to put down what do you need to play the game. Because since this is a game you're making up, you're going to have the materials. So that's something else I want you to kind of think about as you're thinking about your game and making your game. What kind of stuff do you have at your home? If you want dice, do you have dice? Paper, you have paper. It means whatever you need for your game, make sure you have it at home. Because I want you to play this too. It's kind of fun. So after you make up your game, you should actually play it. And this is like definitely if you have somebody at home who can help you with this too, like make the game, ask somebody at home who can help you too. So materials for my game, I needed paper, at least 3 pieces, pencil, pen, or something to write with. The number 3 is a timer, like the timer on an iPad. So that's where you have like the material list there. Then the next one, how do you win the game? So now this is getting into kind of like the rules and instructions of how to play your game. So I'm going to go to mine. How do you win the game? Number 1, to win the game, you need to solve more multiplication facts than the other player or players. So that means like for my game, you can play with just one person, or you can play with more than one people. You could actually play this game against yourself and just try to do it like better every time. Number 2, you will have 1 minute to solve as many multiplication facts as you can. 3, after your minute is up, the other player has a chance to solve as many multiplication facts as they can, and whoever gets the most is the winner. So you're just going to basically explain, this is not like how to play it, this is just how do you actually win the game. And that's on your sheet too, how do you actually win the game. And remember, this is your game. Make it up. Do whatever you want to do. It does not matter. So far we have the name of the game on top. The creator is you. math concept that's like multiplication or division or fractions, geometry, whatever, perimeter and area, just like we've been doing for their math test. Materials, that's what do you need to actually to play the game. How do you win the game? So basically, how do you win it? Then down below, we have two more parts. We have the game setup and the rules. So game setup, that's like, so when you, kind of like when you play a board game or a card game, it always kind of tells you how you set it up before you start. So you have to have like, okay, so what do you actually have to do? So game setup. Step one for me is, take your pieces of paper and cut or rip the paper into squares to make multiplication fact cards. You can fold your paper into 5 rows and 3 columns to make 15 cards per piece of paper. You can also cut or rip the paper in any way that you want. Basically, I'm just cutting the paper into small squares to make multiplication fact cards. You know, kind of like a card, like from like a deck of cards, like playing cards. Number 2, use the pen, pencil, or your writing tool to write different multiplication facts on each card. Only write one multiplication fact on each card. 3, once you're done making your cards, put them face down on the table in between the players. Okay, so that's the game setup. So it's like the same on yours, the game setup. How do you set up the whole game? Then down below is the rules. Remember, you're making this up. You can make up whatever rules you want to do. Rule 1 for me. To start the game, decide who will go first. You can play rock, paper, scissors if you want. Number 2. Once you figure out who will go first, that is player 1, and player 1 will solve multiplication facts first. Number 3. Player 2 will get the timer ready and say go to start the game. So like if you're using like an iPad. 4. Player 1 will flip over one multiplication fact card at a time and try to solve it. If player 1 solves it, they get to keep it and then flip over the next multiplication fact card and try to solve as many as possible. If player 1 gets it wrong or doesn't know it, just put it off to the side and that card doesn't count. Number 5. Once 1 minute is up, player 2 gets 1 minute to solve as many multiplication facts as they want. Whoever gets the most fact cards in 1 minute is the winner. So you're going to add all of your own ideas, your own key details on this sheet. Remember, this is your game, so call it whatever you want to call it. It doesn't matter. Put as many details in this as you want. Do as much as you want. It does not matter. You can use mine as an example for just ideas. That's why I put mine in there. So the first one is the blank sheet. Math game rule sheet is the blank one. Right underneath it is Mr. Johnson's math game rule sheet. So you can use mine just as a help. When you're done, submit it to Schoology. And then I'll be asking all of you too if I can send yours out to everybody. Because I'm guessing people will want to, like, this is kind of fun. This is like, if you're thinking of some new things to do, look, you're going to have a bunch of new math games. So you can take other people's math games and play some new math games at home. So I'm hoping that everyone will be okay with me to share them. If you don't want me to share it, that's okay. But if you're like, yeah, please share it, then, then we can all learn like a ton of new math games and some really fun things to do. Especially if you and your family are looking for anything new to do. Games are such a fun thing to do together. And you just get to practice math at the same time. When you're done writing it, just make sure to go back and reread it, just so it's like the best spelling, writing ideas as you can. But remember, you can do whatever you want to because you are the game creator. If you have any questions about this as you're going, just let me know. And if you have if you need any help with anything, just let me know. But otherwise, have fun, everybody. I cannot wait to see your games. I'm really, really excited. Bye, everybody.